Lucky the recording just started. Welcome to the Mind Story session on Monday. Happy Monday. I was too relaxed with the music. Those of us who came in earlier, the music played by our Mind Story session was so relaxed. Relaxed until I forgot what day is it. Thank you for coming. And I hope everyone had a good weekend and practice your meditation. And I see a few new names on the screen today. So if you are new, please introduce yourself. Let us know where are you from. Welcome. And my name is Yo. I'll be your moderator today. I'm very lucky today. We did not see Mang Pasura for a few weeks. He's with us today. And before we start the session, let's pay our respect to Mang Pasura by bowing 3 times. First bow. Second bow. Third bow. May I invite Mang Pasura to start the session?
So, hello, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another day of the My Story meditation sessions. So, I hope you have been keeping up with your practice in the past. So, before the part of the meditation started, just allow me to give you a little gentle reminder, even though it has been emphasized so many times. But for me, most of the regular meditator usually fall short when it comes to reinforcements of the basic and the foundation. I used to be a basketball player, and the reason I pick an explanation of the basketball because it's kind of give you an analogy. I don't know if some of you know Kobe Bryant from the NBA. He was an amazing basketball player, and he has been sort of a legend. But what really amazed was his word. He said that if you want to be good, if you want to be great, never get bored with the basic. And that's actually make all these, great athletes become very sound in their practice because they keep going back to the same routine, same basics to reinforce that self movement of foundation so that whenever they want to apply something that is amazing and, spectacular, it comes with the, very balanced with stability. And that's how they can excel above others. Same things go with the meditation practice. Although we want to learn more, we want to get to deeper experiences of meditation. We want to have better understanding, but it's always going back to this basic and the foundation of how to maintain the balance of consciousness and comfort. This is actually very important because the deeper you go in the meditation practice, the less you will be aware of the physical sensation. That means the relaxation will be even more. And that's when you need to be more conscious, developing more conscious over time in order to deepen the experiences. And that's become the hard part. Because how that we slowly, adding that just like the little, fine hair, thin line of the consciousness, little by little. Some of you probably know by now that when you're about to go deeper in the meditation practice, it's a state, but it is a very thin red line between sleep and awake. That's why you feel very relaxed at that point. When we usually, our mind comes to be still when we go to sleep, but we don't really have that awareness during the time because it will just like suddenly snap, crash. Now that we concentrate on keeping our mind without ourselves, we slowly and constantly been observing it. And as we are observing it, we slowly, increase that duration of time so we can sort of drag it out and see the detail when we're about to go into that state of sleeping. And that's when we withdraw from the physical sensation. And that's when we go to deeper state. And in order to expand that timeline, in order to have that, the stillness to go deeper, that is when we need to be more conscious, but not too much until we're back to being awake again. So all these routine that we are reinforcing at the beginning about slowly relaxing our body, adjusting the sitting posture, slowly freeing our mind, imagine ourselves in the space. These are the techniques that allow us to slow down our thoughts and bring attention back to be ourselves much gentler than forcing the mind to come back. We usually like to force things, and that's what we do all the time. We want things to happen right away. And the same goes with the meditation practice, that we want to make it happen immediately. The mind stay here with myself at the center and all that things that you have been learning before. But anytime that we do that, we end up, have to use physical force to hold it there, and it couldn't stay with us for very long. At one point, we get drained, we get exhausted, and we just slip off anyway. So as a result of that, we cannot really keep forcing like that. So gently, slowly bring it back by recognizing the state of being comfort from our body down to the mind, and that we usually top up that consciousness little by little until that consciousness becomes very sturdy, still, very firm, and profound. And that's when we want to go to deeper experience, it comes more naturally. Not to mention that the deeper we go, the more amazing sensation we would have, and easier to get curious until we want us to here and there, losing this ability to continue observing. So that's why reinforcement of foundation is very important. And the main key to reinforce it is to take your time. Remember not to rush. I don't know if you ever seen any, basketball player at the free throw line. Everybody has their personal routine, they will, whether how many times they spin the ball, bounce the ball, adjust their knees, adjust their elbows. Everybody will do exactly the same thing because it doesn't matter how the shot will go through. What's more important would be if they keep this routine in check, the result tend to be similar to what they have presented thousands of times before. Likewise in your meditation as well. Whatever routine that you do in each time, how did you adjust your sitting posture, how do you relax your body, how did you free up your mind, feeling yourself in the present moment before turning it back to the center of the body. Those little routines that you develop until you become your own habit will finally help your mind to come back more naturally, rather than it has to be forced to be with you. Okay? So that's a little bit some of the explanation of how important the foundation of meditation and reinforcement of the basic would be like. Therefore, in these sessions, remember, number one, take your time. From step 1 to step 2, step 3, step 4. Take your time, take it easy. Number 2, always come back to restart. Whenever you get slip out of the track, at any time of your meditation practice, gently turn it back by restarting from the physical sensation, relaxing the body, and down to the mind. Each time you come back to restart, it's good. Don't feel like, no, I have to restart way too many times. Each time you're restarting, that's when you are being aware, and that's great. Okay, that's when you increase the consciousness, and that's good. Reinforce that idea that it's okay to restart. Don't feel like, it's like if you get lost in the forest. If you keep walking, as the story you have heard, people tend to walk in circle. Do you want to walk in circle in your meditation? Which means it doesn't lead you anywhere. You're going to walk and come back to the same spot again and again and again. So if you want to get out of that, circle, take a step back, take a look around, see a different perspective, so that you can choose a better path. And the same in meditation. Each time you restart, that's when you take a step back, take a look, readjust, then you can proceed further. So, without any further ado, let's get ourselves ready, starting from stretching your body, your neck, your shoulders, your arms, your hands. Take your time to loosen up every muscle until you get really comfortable. Don't rush into closing your eyes. While the eyes are open, slowly and gently turn the attention back to be with your body. While you are adjusting your sitting posture, take your time to slowly feel your entire body while you're adjusting it. Starting from your legs, your feet, the way you're feeling the floor underneath, feeling the relaxation you have along both of your legs. Adjust until you are feeling that the knees are loosening up and your thighs are comfortable. Rest your hands on your lap without any tension appearing at the shoulders and the elbows. Loosen up your legs and limbs until you can feel that the blood circulation can flow smoothly without any obstruction. And take your time to feel your breath passing the nostrils down and exhale, feeling your breath in and out very gently and softly. Each time, feeling your breath go down until it reaches the ending point in the middle of your abdomen. And as you are exhaling, free up your mind from every single matter holding up inside. Observe the gentle movement of your breath in and out. For a couple more times, we are observing the circulation of our breath. We do not regulate it. We let our breath flow naturally. Notice each time it goes down and touches the turning point deep inside. And exhale to free up the mind from any frustration, worries, irritation, or any other matters clinging back. So feeling the breath flow in and out until you can turn the attention to feel the eyes close very gently with the relaxation from the eyes spread to your face and down to every part of you. Let the facial muscles be so relaxed. The muscle at the forehead, your temples, the eyebrows, relax around your eyes until there is no pressure pressing down at the eyeballs. Relax your nose, cheeks, and all the way to the rest of the body. Allow your entire body to be so relaxed. Make a feeling as if you are on your vacation, alone and away, without anybody following you, just yourself, taking some time on your own, where you feel most at ease by yourself, without any disturbances, without any intrusion, with the rest of the body very relaxed and comfortable. So breathe in and breathe out. Anytime you are distracted by your thoughts or by your surrounding, turn it back to restart again from your relaxation until feeling yourself sitting right here. You may picture yourself sitting alone in an empty, open space without anybody around, just feeling yourself alone in your own space. Or you may picture yourself in the surrounding of the serene, beautiful nature, where you can just be alone without any disturbances, here in your own space, where you allow your whole self to rest, to free up your mind from every single matter, affair, or any other matters holding you back. This is the time for yourself to be completely free, free from every single matter, without anyone to care about, without any calls or demands, just yourself settling down where you can sit back, relax for just a little while. Allow yourself to rest for a little bit longer in your own space, in that beautiful scenery where you can set your mind free. No need to force your mind to be quiet. We simply be here. Let each thought pass by, just like when you are sitting on the beach and rest there. When there are birds flying by, we don't force the bird to stop appearing. Yet, we do not pay attention to how many of these birds are passing by. Where do they go? What do they do? We let each thought and distraction slip by like the bird. Eventually, the mind will settle down in the stillness. So the key is to take your time without rushing, like you're sitting on the beach, letting yourself soak in the calmness of the atmosphere, and let those thoughts passing you by until finally feeling so calm and so comfortable right here in this very moment, when the mind is becoming more at ease, light and free, feeling this sensation extend all the way to the horizon, and let the mind return to be within inside of you where your breath ends. Let the mind come back to its home at your center, the one point where the breath ends, where you can gently turn your mind back into that point. Keep it steady, still, softly, and so gently. The feeling inside is like when your mind returns home after a long journey. Here it is, taking rest at his home, where nothing really matters. So keep aware of that inner comfort and peace, steadily still. Keep the mind inside. Feel the center of yourself. Let the mind rest where it belongs. Rest at his home. The center is the home of the mind. It knows how to come back here. It came back to sleeping, to rattling. We let them be while remaining at this spot full of comfort. Feel the tenderness. From that point inside, you may visualize a bright, shining sun to hold your attention within yourself, feeling the warm, bright light radiating from the center, where you can keep the mind steadily deep in the warm sensation of the sun. Once the mind It's there within. You may follow up with what's going on by observing from the sun, by letting the light radiate all around. If the mind is noisy, you may also repeat the mantra gently in your mind. Samma Araham, Samma Araham, Samma Araham. Samma Araham, Samma Araham, Samma Araham. If the sun glowing, shining, and radiating from this body, anytime you are distracted by the surroundings or by your thoughts, turn your attention back to this spot again until you visualization of the sun return to be appear. Samma Araham, Samma Araham. Samma Araham, Samma Araham, Samma Araham. Feeling the sun radiating from your center, Keep aware of the sun, feeling the golden, brilliant light. Samma Arahant, Samma Arahant, Samma Arahant, Samma Arahant, Samma Arahant, Samma Arahant. By keeping the sun glowing at the center, the meaning of the mantra is absolute purity. It is a reminder that there are things that needs to do. We choose to let it stay still further and further. You may shoot any other phrases if you like, as you simply let the sound appearing. Samman 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 as the mind settle calmly, still inside. Let that peace energy slowly within yourself feel the sun, the glowing, magnificently bright light. As your mind settle down kindly, you may slowly let the peace energy inside filling every part of you. Feel the center deep inside the calmness from your body, where every part as you turn the attention in the middle of the center. You may find this event to slowly expand. Let the radiation of that peace energy to expand all around your space, all around the neighborhood. Extend this further, further away. As you let the peace energy expand, it goes beyond borders, boundaries. It expands to every person you love and care. It reaches out to nothing. Let the peace energy expand further throughout that space to heaven and hell. Sharing this peace energy with your loved one, friends, family, sharing this to them all, everyone and everywhere. Let your peace energy reach out to your loved one, family, friends, feeling them inside yourself at the center, feeling their presence inside of you, and rest there for the time, sharing this peace energy to all of your loved one, deceased or alive. We wish them to live happily and joyfully wherever they go, wherever they are. So share this peace energy around to different places beyond borders and boundaries. Feel the peace energy. Share it with everyone across the globe. The radiation of that peace energy. Let it reach out to everyone, everywhere. And now that our mind come to be still, and we have already shared this peace energy all around, turn it to the center. Let it touch in the middle of that peace energy. Let it fill every part of you. Let it fill every part of yourself from head to the toes until you are aware of that warm sensation flowing within, until you begin to be comfortable. Slowly stretch your neck, your shoulders, your arms, your hands. Stretch your entire body and slowly take a long, soft, and deep breath in. Take it all the way down and exhale. Breathe in, breathe deeply and gently, and exhale until you feel more comfortable with your body. Then please slowly stretch your neck, your shoulders, your arms, your hands, until you become more comfortable. You may slowly open your eyes and stretch your body a little bit more. So, how was your meditation? If you can put it down, if let's say the average of you throughout the whole session, that you feel relaxed, comfortable, feel very at ease and content, scale it from 1 to 5. 5 being very relaxed, very calm, very peaceful, and 1 being restless, thereby on average. So if you can put in the comment, it'd be fantastic. Okay. 5, 5, 3.5, 4. That's good. That's good. Good. Okay. See you. Mm-hmm. So in general, it seems that you are very aware of it. So that's great. I said at the beginning that it is important to keep reinforce the part of the reinforcement of the foundation and the basics, because that's when we can really easily go into that relaxation every single time. And when you feel content with relaxation, that means consciousness is with you and it's going to keep getting stronger and stronger. That's good. That's good. I think we should take a photo first.
Yes, thank you, Mong Pasura. And everyone, May I invite you to switch on your camera so that we can take a group photo together? And smile after a peaceful session. Smile, keep smiling. Very good. We have a very big group today. So it takes a while for the photo to be taken. Smile. Thank you. I think the photo should be taken. Next, we will have Q&A session. So if you have any questions, do type in the chat box. Feel free. Monk Pasura will help us. Or you may share your meditation experience today. I'll pass the session back to Monk Pasura.
So you can ask any question that you like to have with you. Okay, V said that I observe a very tired, clouded mind. Feel good to be gentle with myself and in truth. That's good. That's good. The key is to, there are days that it's not easy to retain the attention because you may be tired, you may have a long day. But if you at some point feeling very sleepy, you can allow yourself to kind of crash a bit and come back after you feel more refreshed and continue from that part as well. So if you can begin to notice that the mind's getting clouded and restless with so many stuff going on, just like I told you at the beginning, think of them like birds. If you're meditating and you feel like so many stuff keep coming by, let them fly away like birds flying by. Sometimes you notice the birds, you give the bird a little name and, let them keep flying away. Eventually, you will not be bothered by those, birds any longer, and you just become more comfortable. And of course, sometimes when we are observing comfortably, it may go to some point when we kind of fall asleep too, because you get to relax, which is, can happen if you have a long day. And if that happens, let yourself rest a bit, come back and restart. It's good. Mm-hmm. Craig said, I enjoy the quiet insights. Yeah, that's good. That sounds good. Bilbo said, join late because of internet. That's still great that you can join us here. So if you have any questions, you can feel free to put it down. Otherwise, I have a little thing that I can share with you. Okay. So, you said very good. Few relaxations, joining early with the music, using mantra. Did not feel like a long time as a kid. How we ask the question, how can we cultivate compassion toward ourselves? Actually, this is a very good question, but it goes back to the reason why we can't be compassionate towards ourselves. Because if, compassionate is actually comes automatically when our mind is not going to the expectation. One of the very reasons that we can, be kind, let's take others for example. The moment that you're feeling kind, compassion towards others, because you feel the sense of love that you don't want to take anything into yourself. Therefore, when that sense of being so content and full and so overwhelmed, you just want to share it with everybody. Do you see at that moment, we don't expect anything in return. We have no craving for or desire to have desire, not to have desire, to be desired, to be. We don't have any of this. And therefore, without any of this, we want to give it away to everybody. Just want everyone to be happy. And that's how we be kind and compassionate for the others. Now, turn back and look at ourselves. One of the main reasons that we can find it very, very hard sometimes to be compassionate because we grow with expectation. We grow up with lots of, setting bars or checklists that we have in order to feel complete or feel that we belong or feel that fit in. So those are the things that we kind of have been ingrained throughout the process of growing up. We don't know how we pick them up. We don't know how you have been telling us so many things around us on medias, Facebook, all the stuff. But eventually what we have is that we want to be happy, but we tend to confuse happiness from pleasure, convenience, and fun. So with this, full mix of confusion, even though deep down inside we want to be happy, but what we are craving for and setting bar of expectation is to get the last three. And therefore, when we don't meet our expectation, we feel that, oh, I'm a big fat failure. I don't live up to the things that I should be, capable of getting it. And that's when we're getting even harder on ourselves, push out a bit further. All these push coming from desire. When we are led by our own desire or an expectation, we always, feeling that it's very hard to get there. Even we feel like we get there, we don't reach there. So the technique is this. Whatever we wish for is a long-term goal. Let's put it this way. If you're going to be running a marathon is 42 kilometers away. You don't know what finish line look like. How can you tell? It's way too far ahead, right? When you don't know what the finish line look like, what do? You keep your pace, you take your time, you're doing one step at a time. While trying your best in one step at a time. Each step, you enjoy the view, you enjoy the time, but you're spending as mindful, as happy as you can, one step at a time. While setting the long-term goal that one day I will reach that 42 kilometers, the end of the line. But what we usually do with all these expectations is to set this bar of illusion 100-meter finish line and sprint as hard as we can, trying to push that to be like others. And we end up looking outside with others all the time. And that makes us even want to get there even faster. And when we reach that illusion, because it's not reality, it keeps disappearing. So we try to hold on to something that is just the idea of how it should be, not the reality. And since it's just the idea of something, it's not reality, we never grasp it. We never get it. So we feel always feeling a disappointment. And that's why we punish ourselves by pushing ourselves. It's okay. Try it again. Get up. Try it again. Try to get what? To get the illusion that it's not real. So no matter how much we try, it's not going to become reality because it's just the idea of things. So turning back and, whenever you have a time to be with yourself quietly, look back inside, you can do it in the meditation, ask yourself what really matters to you. Because when we miss out that point, what really matters to us, we try to go after this checklist of stuff, that how my life should be, the idea of me. And that's when we're making it harder than it needs to be to ourselves. To be kind to yourself, starting from letting go of things that is not really needed in your life. Going back and ask yourself what really matters to you. And when you notice that, you will notice also that it's not a lot. What really matters is that sense of fulfillment and happiness, that content that's exactly to be happy as who you are exactly right now. And that when you can be compassionate to yourself, it spills over to the others. So the technique is just take more time to pause and look back inside. Ask yourself, where am I? What matters to me? And each day, I'm going to just make everybody, it makes peace person next to me happy. If you start with that, give it out, eventually being kind to yourself come more naturally. Okay. Makita, thank you. Very calm. Manish, I am currently student at the MBA. I'm not able to complete the course in 2 years time period. And I have to pay lump sum of money to retake exam. I have been meditating regularly. What to do now? Okay. So here's the thing. There will be a moment that life is tough. But this is what I can tell you. There is actually one teachings in our sutras. Roughly, it can be explained in this way that if we look back into our life, there are 4 aspects of life that is really, really important. The first box is about our health, ourself, the way to look after ourself physically. Because if our physical health is not great, we can't do anything at all. The second box belongs to our social aspect, which means the relationship we have with everybody. It needs to be maintained and it needs to require to complete the duties. Whether you are a son, a husband, a boyfriend, brothers, friends, all of this. The third box, economics or the financial part, which is the part that you need, of course, to make money to sustain the living. And the last part is the part of to clean up the mind or spiritual growth. So these are the 4 boxes that really need to be complete in our life. So in that case, managed. I know that it's going to be tough and it's going to be issue some of the money. It's going to have to work hard. First of all, what are your options? If your option is, of course, you can still completing it, but you need to take more time, then how can you negotiate with the college that how can I really extend it? How can I really take my time to complete it? Why I will constantly doing back to pay back all of the monies that you have to retake. It takes about this negotiation as well. Or can you suspend it, take a little break, and make up with some time to maybe the part-time jobs or extra jobs so that you can retake the exam. Sometimes it may start with a fear that you may not get it, but you never really give it a try. Because after all, college also wants you to graduate. But looking back at this aspect, come back to look at this 4 as well. That this is the 4 aspect of life that we need to complete. Even though you've been meditating regularly, it may give you peace of mind and start to deal with it one thing at a time. Sometimes when you are least worried about what's going on, the option might come to you. And sometimes the simplest solution is just to ask. Talk with the college, see what are your options. What are the options for you too? They might let you take it. They might take sometimes. Even though you don't complete it in time, doesn't mean you cannot be at all. Give it a shot. I hope the best for you. So thank you. Mostly thank you. Went to exercise. Okay. So I think we have completed all the questions. And I hope everybody can still remember what I have said at the beginning about reinforcement of the basics and the foundations. And even though you may come to with other monks in the other sessions as well, remember that it's important to keep up with the routine and make it part of your life and your days to have that time for your spiritual growth or time for cleaning up your mind. Because otherwise, when these 4 boxes that I explained earlier is imbalanced, you won't be happy. If you have a lot of money, but you are not healthy, you're not going to be happy. If you are very rich, but you have problems with everybody around you, you're not going to be happy either. Even you have all 3, but your mind is upset. Doesn't work at all. So these are the 4 aspects of life that require you to spend your 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to deal with it. Nobody can do it for you. You're going to have to do it for yourself. The more mindful you are, the more you can be balanced of this. So I think this will be just the last part that I share with you. Wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, Monk Pasura, for your advice and for your time today guiding us. And thank you everyone for joining today's session. Please remember to bring more friends. Very happy that we have more than 60 people joining us. And before we end the session, let's pay our respect to Monk Pasura by bowing 3 times. First bow. Second bow. Third bow.
So may you always have that peace inside of you, be the guiding light in your life.
Thank you. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. See you all coming Thursday. Bye. Have a good day. Thank you.